can know.
Let's not use the word limited. Say they're very particular to us.
No, they are, I would say they are limited. Our sight is limited. Our senses are limited. Yeah, our minds. Yeah. Are you able to? Are you able to do 100 PhDs? No, that's impossible, right? Sorry. 100 PhDs? Pass them. I mean, no, not do actually get them passed.
Typically, how long does one PhD?
On average, 3 years. On average, and that's minimum. Yeah.
Do them concurrently.
It's impossible. You wouldn't pass. You wouldn't pass.
We're not worried about that particular. What we call our knowledge, our experience of the world, very particular to us. Because
Scam your way through.
When we say us,
as a human race,
Yeah, Ois, what do you need?
No, I don't need this, I need anything.
Yeah, Ois.
very particular to the human race.
yeah.
So we have a particular experience of what we like to call reality. So we can't justify that at all, I don't think. We've got to accept
Every single term you're using needs to be explained in itself. When you say justify, what do you mean by justify? Who is justification? In what sense? According to what rules and what principles? What conventions are we applying? All these things are problematic. And if we start to think like this, then there is no such thing as reality. Do you agree? But we do know there is reality. There is reality. Do you agree?
Yeah, but we don't know what it's like.
That's another question. The first question is, there is reality. Do you agree?
Well, if we don't,
There are real things in the world.
we're not using the word masses. But yeah, all right, fair enough. We'll say
There are real things in the world. Okay, we agree. Now, the way you're carrying on, questioning the capacity to have knowledge or the ability to understand and know, and if we start to doubt our ability to know, then there is no such thing as reality, eventually.
Virtually, that's where we are.
But we agreed there is reality.
Yeah, we assume there is reality.
No, we're not assuming. We know there is reality. There are real things in this world. Right? Are you real?
Well, yeah, but we don't know what this reality is like.
Sorry?
We don't know what this reality is like.
I'm not talking about that.
No.
Okay.
So, well, accept that we're real.
I'm not
There is
talking because there are different realities.
Right.
Realities differ. They vary. They vary in time, space, and magnitude. Realities differ.
How do we know any of them are true?
Yeah, well, this is the problem.
Okay. There are certain realities. There are certain realities we can know them. We can understand them, and our capacity. Wait.
Objection. We can experience it.
Okay, and through experience we know, we learn. Through experience,
We think through experience.
we think, we analyze, and we conclude. We have cognitive ability. Do you understand?
conclusion may not be reality.
So
Yeah.
we do all of that within a framework of what our mind allows us to experience.
Yes.
Right, which may not be
There are
very-
certain
may
realities
not be very
we cannot
accurate.
encompass. There are certain realities we
All
simply.
realities.
Sorry?
All realities.
No, we can't. I know how your digestive system works. I know enough for me to make it work successfully. Okay, if there is a problem with your stomach, I would be able to diagnose. I would be able to understand the problem and diagnose it successfully. And then your stomach is a reality. Okay, okay. Your respiratory system is a reality, right? Okay, the circulation of blood in your body is a reality. So we can handle these things through our experience and knowledge.
Yeah,
Agreed?
we can handle it.
Agreed.
No, no,
Yes.
the truth is that.
But how can you handle something if you don't understand it? And understanding is what I call the knowledge of reality. Okay. So now that we have understood there is reality and we understand and know it, there are certain realities we cannot know because we do not have the capacity to know those realities, such as the size of the universe. Do you know what it is?
No.
Thank you. So we don't have the knowledge of it. So certain realities we can understand and appreciate, others we cannot. So just because we cannot understand or appreciate some realities doesn't necessarily mean that we do not understand all realities. Am I making sense?
We invent the God and create all, so that's the answer.
How can you invent something that is already there? How can Christopher Columbus discover America when it is already there?
You can discover it, you can't invent it. You can discover something that's already
How
there.
can you discover something that's already there?
Well,
It is already
that's what happens
discovered.
all the time.
Native Americans were already there. They had discovered it some time ago, and they were there. So we saying that Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas.
So you're saying
is
only one
Huh?
person
He didn't
can-
make it.
It didn't.
We're not saying about discovery's got nothing about making, creating, inventing.
For the
It's
Europeans,
about finding
for
it,
the
seeing it,
as we
seeing
know, current historical tradition is Eurocentric. Okay, and Jack Moody.
Here it is.
There's a scholar
in
from
Europe. It is.
No,
'Cause we're in
globally,
Europe.
Jack Moody.
Really? Tell the
No, not
Chinese
Jack
that.
Moody. Sorry,
Tell
Jack
the
Moody.
Chinese that.
Wait. This is what
the
I'm.
Chinese will agree that everything is
This is the point I'm
Eurocentric,
making.
will they?
How much do you know about the Chinese Renaissance? Thank you. Why?
Why are you thanking
Because
me?
not enough is written on it in Europe. And currently, in the West, the Western world is leading in education, in
what way
high-
are we leading in education?
because the best universities are in the West today. While previously that wasn't the case.
How are you measuring that?
By the results they produce, by the level
Global
of
demand.
the standard of education, the standard.
Do you know anything? I don't. Do you know anything about the standard in China of higher education? I don't, but it could be higher.
It is useless.
It could be higher.
I'll tell you, it is useless to me because I don't know the Chinese language. English language is a global language. It's a universal language. It has become a universal language since the last 2 centuries. So, for that reason, historical tradition, what we study globally. I went to school in Pakistan, and we were studying Shakespeare. Why? And why?
Your
Why?
imperialist masters. I guess.
Thank you. So Jack Woody is a scholar from Cambridge. He wrote a book titled The Theft of History. And another book he wrote is Other Renaissances, right? Where he talks about the Islamic Renaissance and the Chinese Renaissance. Because currently philosophy, history, academia is Eurocentric. So all you will get is Eurocentric view. Skeptical, Aristotelian, or based in Aristotelian logic, skeptical view of philosophy. Okay, there are other traditions, but they're entirely neglected, partly due to the negligence of the proponents of those civilizations and views, and partly due to unfair treatment of other traditions within the Western education system. So this is a big problem. What you're coming with, or the background you're coming from, is understandable to me. And I understand why you're talking like this. I don't blame you. So there is a balance. There's a balance in.
How are you going to get me out of it?
Sorry?
How are you going to get me out of it?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. I can only explain, like I did, that certain realities we can understand and appreciate, and we have the ability to do so. Certain realities we simply do not have ability to understand. Okay, for example, you will not be able to understand, or you will never know, in my opinion, the size of the universe. You don't even know the size of your own galaxy, let alone the universe. Okay, you won't. So there are certain things we will never know. We will never know as humans. Of course that sounds alright. But do we know, or do we have the ability to know enough? To know enough of the reality of our existence?
Enough for what?
Enough to understand our existence and the purpose of our existence. Why are we what we are? Yes, the purpose, yes.
Why did you bring that word?
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you why. That bus there,
If it's not a living being, is
it's
it?
not,
You
no,
can't compare us with
no,
it.
it's moving. It's not static, it's moving. It is being moved from one end, from point B to point
Why are you
A.
comparing me to a bus?
Because you created the bus.
Yes, but
Human. You're a human, right? You're a human. You created everything.
But if you're trying to explain to me why I have a purpose, and you're talking about a bus, you're not going to get very far with me.
No problem. I
The bus is a
don't
mechanical
have to
lump
get
of
very
metal
far.
That's been manufactured.
I can only go
for a
so
purpose.
far.
You can't compare a living organism with a bus.
I understand.
Or a mobile phone, or a watch, or
I understand. I'm saying if everything in this world
You're talking
has
about buses.
no, I'm talking about everything. Everything has a purpose.
Why do you say that?
Okay. You are a human being, right?
I think so.
Yes, you are. I believe you are. Okay. Now you have a heart. You have 2 kidneys. You have lungs. You have a brain. You have your eyes, and they work for a specific reason, to serve a specific purpose. The focus in your eye is faster than the focus of the best camera in the world. Did you know
I'm
that?
not sure about it.
Yes, it is. It's not stronger. I'm not saying it's stronger. It's fast.
It
The speed,
focuses quicker.
the speed. Yes.
I'm not sure if that is.
Well,
let's ask a man with a camera. Is that true? Does the human eye focus faster than any camera? There's no camera that can match it.
Now you tell me.
only a purpose,
Now you tell me.
purpose of meaning,
Okay.
not
Now
the-
you tell
not the
me.
as-
Okay.
elements of
Now
meaning,
you tell
the
me.
entirety.
Why is your eye, and why is it the way it is, and why does it get you to see things the way you see them?
Because
Why?
it evolved from light-sensitive cells.
Fine,
That
fine.
then grew into a cup. That
Okay.
then grew like that. So
This
we
is
understand
a
the
bedtime
evolu-
story.
We understand.
No, this is a
It's not
bedtime story.
bedtime
Okay,
story.
I need to see evidence of the eye evolving. You can't show
Anyway,
it.
you're completely moving away from the question.
No,
The
but
question
you brought-
was,
you brought-
why must
you brought
I
it up.
or every living organism
You
have
brought
a
the
purpose?
question up. I'm asking why did
But because you successfully meandered me off the course.
No,
I'm
wait,
now
wait.
drawing you back.
Wait.
Purpose.
If-
of me,
if we
a
evolved-
slug, a tree.
Get back to purpose.
Okay, let's
Of a
say
living entity.
let's assume
Purpose.
we evolved without a plan.
I don't see
Let's
what evolution's got to do with it, really.
no.
What's the purpose?
You mentioned it. You mentioned it.
Well, okay, let's get back on track. Let's forget all the
So you
things
went off the
that-
track and we were
Yes, as did you. Let's
Okay,
now get back on
okay,
track.
good.
Purpose of me.
Yeah. No.
Yes,
What is the
well,
purpose of your eye? Why is your eye the way it is?
To receive light.
Why?
To see.
To see. And who decided?
No one decided.
You tell
How do
us.
you know?
You tell us what decided.
Because no one decided
Well,
anything about
someone
this.
decided for this.
But that's not a living entity. You don't
No
see
problem.
You don't see the
But
crucial
that-
distinction
but-
I'm
but
making
look, the
between a manufactured
the point-
inanimate object and a living organism. that
Okay.
The living
reproduces.
organisms.
Wait.
More
The
complicated.
point I'm asking a
It's not
question.
an answer at all.
Okay.
It's an irrelevant point.
Mike,
Wholly
understand-
irrelevant.
It's more
Complexity
complicated. What you're saying
is not
there-
evidence of creation.
What you're
You have
saying
to
is that
Complexity
cells
actually errs on the
What
side of
you're saying
evidence
there,
of
the cells there
evolution.
have an intelligence in itself.
You're going to listen
They
to
know
me.
what to
You're
do.
going to listen
Are
to
you
me.
gonna listen?
Decide that.
Complexity
We're in
is
class.
one example of evidence for evolution, not for
What
creationism.
is that?
Because
So we got pretty
complexity
lucky then,
is a
right?
natural outcome of evolution.
Okay.
And if you just think
Is
about
it- is
evolution,
it- is
if
it-
you think about evolution for 1 second,
Now you're bringing it again.
It makes very common sense.
Okay, you brought evolution up.
If evolution is a result of the non-perfect replication of DNA,
I'm asking a question.
resulting in different phenotypes, you are going to naturally get
Wait,
huge
wait.
variation.
Now you
and
brought-
that is evolution, and it is a very strong
Look,
evidence
Can we
of
have
evolution.
a
not of
discussion?
creation.
Can we have a discussion on this?
Well, can I talk with different
Wait,
people
one
that say
second.
things?
Okay.
Anyway, get back to purpose.
No.
Let's-
You,
let's-
no.
That was the subject.
Wait.
What is the purpose
You
of
brought
me?
a point, and
What is the
we want
purpose of me?
to wait. You
What is
said
the purpose?
evolution is what made you, right? Whether it's yourself.
process which my
Okay, so
forefathers
it is-
and previous entities
Is
went through.
it a blind process, or is it a controlled, designed,
It's-
planned process?
It's not planned.
It's blind
It's
then.
natural selection.
Okay.
It's natural selection by the environment.
Okay.
There is variation in the
Okay.
environment.
Okay.
Hence, there is variation
So-
amongst
so why-
living species.
Okay,
Because
fine.
the environment varies.
Fine. So
And in a
why would
natural
natural
selection
selection.
is selection of
I'll
the
give you an
niche
example.
that the entity is in.
Okay.
There are variable niches,
Okay.
so therefore there are variable entities.
Now,
and
can I ask
species
you a
and
question?
species.
According to natural selection, you know kangaroos, right? Wait. I'm making a point. Before you jump on me, I'm making a point.
Because I sighed, does that mean jumping?
You know kangaroos.
I do know kangaroos.
Okay.
Personally.
You know when kangaroos give birth? The fetus.
I know they're marsupials. And they have
wait. Yeah. The fetus.
and they're unique to Australia.
You don't.
aren't they?
Yes,
marsupials are
they
unique
are.
to
They
Australia.
are. But
Why is that?
there's something very
Why
amazing
is
about.
that?
Well, let me finish. Let me finish. We believe in
Why
something.
did Alice see fit just to drop
Look,
your
the point is, if we can't have a discussion.
Well, we were having a discussion on purpose, but you seem to.
But I am trying to drill holes in your claim that this is
Oh, is that
blind.
what it's all about? Building
Wait,
holes.
yes.
Winning,
Drilling holes
winning and
until the building
scoring
collapses.
It's
Okay.
not a very intellectual argument.
No, wait. It is.
It's
But
really argument.
if you don't hear my argument, how do you know whether it's intellectual or not?
I'm waiting for
the
your
point of this?
argument about
Okay,
purpose.
I'm asking a question
Purpose.
now. A premature fetus born to a kangaroo.
kangaroo? Right,
Wait.
talk about
Yeah, born to a
kangaroos.
kangaroo. Yes.
What do you mean premature?
Thank you so much for.
Well, I'm not allowed to ask you what you mean.
No, but you don't let me
when
finish.
You say premature,
You don't
what
let
do-
me finish.
Well, I have to understand the words you're using if we're to have any debate.
It is not. It's not
whatsoever.
fully developed as a baby.
What is?
The fetus of a kangaroo
It's
when
not
it's born.
premature.
It's
What do you
been-
mean premature?
Okay, I'll tell you. Well, let me finish, and then you can drill holes in my.
Because part of its development is in the pouch as opposed to in the womb.
Wait, I'm
Does
gonna
not make it premature.
Wait. I'll explain now.
It's not premature
No,
for the kangaroo.
now you-
It's not premature for the marsupial.
Okay.
Because their development is largely in the pouch,
Okay.
not in the womb.
Now we're gonna watch a
unlike
video
mammals.
to explain what I'm talking about,
Well,
so that you
Because
understand.
when it comes into the pouch, it's very small. Yes, I know. That's
No,
not premature.
wait.
That's how marsupials
Wait,
do
kangaroo,
it. Maybe
kangaroo.
we're late. Maybe mammals are late rather than marsupials being premature. You don't understand the difference between a marsupial and a mammal. They're different. They're very, very different. They branched out much earlier in the evolutionary tree. Their young develop very differently to our young. Are you going to say a chicken is very premature because it comes out as an egg?
Just hold on.
Highly premature, a chicken, isn't it? Highly premature. Do you see the nonsense?
BBC Earth.
Why are you going to show me a video of a
I'm going to show you a video of what I'm
marsupial?
talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, what am I talking about then? Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Because a kangaroo development is largely in the pouch. You're defining that in mammalian terms as a premature birth.
Okay, wait.
It's not a premature
Do
birth.
you know what-
Any more than a chicken laying an egg
Okay.
is a premature birth.
You don't let me talk. Did
Shall
you
we
know?
get back to purpose then? Shall we get back to
Why
purpose?
don't you just let him talk first?
Shall we try purpose?
What's
You're
your
avoiding the
security?
subject of the
Let the
conversation.
man
Try
try
listening.
Can you try
Would you
this?
want- why are you
Can we
just
try this?
repeating what he said?
Why are you so scared of
Because you
Muslims?
want to talk about
When we
purpose.
talk, no,
But you
you know
never
what? The
answer
Christians
questions.
don't allow us to talk. Finish our sentences. The atheists,
Well, it's a hard life, isn't
I know
it?
he's not
It's
a
a hard
Christian.
life.
Atheists,
No, you were happy going
atheists
off
have a
the subject.
problem.
Oh, evolution.
Why
But
can
then
we
And
not
I've
finish
answered
our
that, so
sentences?
let's bring it back.
What
to
is
something.
so what is so scary
Oh, I
about
don't want to hear the
You don't want to hear
truth.
about
what is so scary about Muslims that you don't let us talk?
Religion, it's all theists. It's not just
Let's
Islam.
talk then. See what happens.
Let's talk about what was
Let's
it?
talk. Okay.
Purpose, that's the word,
Okay.
sorry.
So what?
Purpose.
Okay.
Purpose.
Yes.
Purpose.
Yes. No.
Let's
You.
talk about purpose.
You
Not marsupial.
you threw evolution into the discussion. Did I or did you?
I think you did.
No, I didn't. You did.
Organism.
Okay.
Evolved
So now you can't get away.
Is it important? What do you
No,
mean
you
I
can't.
get away?
Well, I want to talk about evolution.
Marsupial.
I want to talk about
marsupial.
evolution.
Why?
I want to
Why is
talk
that?
about evolution.
Why is that? You don't want to talk about
Can you
purpose.
believe it? An atheist running away from a discussion on
It's running
evolution.
away.
Can you believe it? An atheist running away
Can you believe
from a discussion
a Muslim coming out with nonsense like that?
Okay, so a kangaroo,
One mustn't generalise, must
a
one?
kangaroo.
One mustn't
I'm asking a
generalise,
question.
shouldn't
A kangaroo,
Back to kangaroos.
a kangaroo fetus. It travels.
inside
Wait.
inside
Let me
or
finish.
in the
Let
pouch?
me finish.
Well, I'm not allowed to ask you what you
Thank
mean.
you so much. Thank you.
Am I not allowed to ask you what you mean?
It's just common courtesy then.
There's no
Who's
discussion.
running away now? Who's running away now? Didn't want to talk
Make
about
sure you guys
purpose.
put this up and let the world see that these people don't literally have a
Highly edited though.